I think the greatest myth surrounding video advertising is one of scale. There is a perception today that video advertising still doesn't scale well for really large national campaigns, and actually that's incorrect today. As more consumers watch more and more video online and more content comes online, the amount of scale that we have available to put meaningful video advertising programs has grown tremendously, especially if you think about what's happened even in the last 12 to 18 months. This is actually kind of proving true in the market as well. If you think about the online advertising business, video advertising is one of the fastest growing subcategories within the online advertising business. This year in 2012, about $1 in $12 that was spent online went to video advertising. But just in 3 years' time, by 2015, $1 in $6 advertising dollars that are spent online will go to video advertising. So really, there's substantial scale, there's substantial momentum. And so one of the misconceptions is surrounding scale. The second misconception, or a myth, so to speak, around online video surrounds that of local scale, right? People still do think that online advertising perhaps only works at the national level. And again, we have shown with all the scale that's come online that it is today possible to build really large, successful programs using video advertising at the local level. We just ran a campaign for our national advertisers spanning in excess of 85 different DMAs with specific budgets and targets for each of their DMAs. So definitely at the local level as well, scale is caught up, and that's one of the second myths, if you will, in the video advertising business. Just if you think about other forms of advertising, just as how local advertising is a big part of the TV business, similarly, local online video advertising will become a big part of the online advertising business. That's really simple, actually. We'd advise advertisers to focus on upper funnel metrics. Sometimes advertisers still come and ask us about clicks and completions and quartiles. While we can actually provide all of that information, we think that the best power, the value of online advertising is harnessed if you focus on actual upper funnel metrics. If you think about this, the video ad format is a powerful ad format that really tells a story about the brand. And so using online video to take advantage of upper funnel metrics like brand awareness, brand consideration, purchase intent, we believe are the right ways to go. And a key development in this is the fact that we at DataZoo, we have actually the opportunity to measure consumer sentiment, understand what drives consumer sentiment, and deliver a campaign optimizing and delivering the maximum impact from a brand perspective. So which we think is a huge development. Consumer sentiment is a nebulous term, it's a vague term, but the whole idea that you can actually measure against it, find out what drives consumer sentiment, and use online video to deliver your campaign and maximize brand benefits, we think is a huge advantage that more and more advertisers should take advantage of. This is, I think, a two-part answer because you'll have to look at online video from the prism of both the consumer as well as the advertiser. From a consumer prism, we believe that online video in itself won't mean anything. It would just be video that they consume across all the screens that they own, their laptop, their tablet, their phones, their connected devices, and everything else. And screen technology is in its infancy, so you will see more screens popping up in places where you and I have not yet conceived of anything yet. So I think online video, in that sense, will just be video consumed across multiple screens. From an advertiser perspective, we think that the concept of big data, which everybody talks about, will become even more paramount, actually. If you think about this, consumers give us vast amounts of data that is today actually not being harnessed and used effectively to deliver the right advertising. Already, we believe that the amounts of data that's generated is in the zettabyte scale. And companies and providers that are able to take advantage of this vast amounts of data make sense of it all from an advertising perspective and deliver the right ad to the right advertiser in the right screen at the right moment for brand, for performance, those guys will succeed. So not just in online video advertising, but just in online advertising, this whole idea of harnessing big data and what we call active analytics and doing this in real time as your campaign is working, I think that's going to be a huge determinant of where the advertising industry goes.